Hello everyone. Today we'll be starting with the exercise 5.1 of our chapter 5, that is data handling. Okay, so we have been discussing about data handling in your lower classes also, in class 7, and even in your lower classes you got the basic idea of data handling. So here we will be discussing mainly about bar graphs, double bar graphs, pie charts, and also we have a few important questions about probability. So let's get started with exercise 5.1. Now in 5.1, the question number 1 goes like this. For which of the following which of this would you use a histogram to show the data? Now here there are 4 questions, A, B, C and D. So you have to give a reason for each of them. So the first one is the number of letters for different areas in a postman's bag. So for the number of letters, whenever you have to make from a histogram, they have to be divided into be divided equally in intervals, class intervals. But here what happens, we cannot divide the number of letters for different areas in a postman bag. That might not be, we cannot say there will be 1 or 2 or like particular area will have 3 to 5 letters. No, that cannot be divided. So for number A, it will be no, because we cannot represent this data in a histogram. Please write it in a proper way and give the reason. You can write the reason as because it cannot be divided into intervals. Okay, you have to write the reason by yourself. Now for number B, you see the height of competitors in an athletic meet. If we consider the height, we can just divide, suppose the height from 5 to 5 feet, that can be 5.5 can be one interval, then from 5.5 to 6, then 6 to 6.5. So in this case, we can divide the data into intervals. Okay, so here, yes, we can demonstrate this particular set of data in a histogram. What is the reason? Yes, because it can be divided into intervals. You will write the reason for number A also, why it cannot be into intervals. I'm just giving you a basic reason. You can write your own reason here. You can write in a proper way that yes, the height of the competitors in an athletic meet, from the question you can write, can be represented using a histogram to show the data, because the heights of different competitors of the athletes can be divided into intervals. You can give example also. For number C, the number of cassettes produced by 5 companies. Now different type of cassettes may be there, so we cannot categorize into different categories then divide it into different intervals, so that will be also no. Okay, please write the reason. You have to write the reason by yourself. Then number D is the number of passengers boarding a train from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Obviously, so we have a long period of time, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. So we can categorize like 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. then 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. We can divide into 1 hour category or half an hour category or 2 hours categories, class intervals, and we can represent the data in a histogram. So yes, this can also be done. Please write down the reasons. I want all of you to write down the reasons why there. I have just given you an idea why it can be and it cannot be represented in a histogram, but the reason you have to write it by yourself. I hope you can do this. Okay, please go through the questions again. So now we'll go to question number 2. Question number 2 is given: the shoppers who come to a departmental store are marked as M for men, W for women, D for boy, and G for girl. The following list the shopkeepers who came during the first hour in the morning. You can see W, W, B and all these things are given. W represents women wherever, G girl, B boy, and M men. Now we have to do what? See, make a frequency distribution table using tally marks and draw a bar graph to illustrate it. So we have to make a frequency distribution table. Now here we don't have numericals, so that we need to arrange it in ascending or descending order. We have just symbols W, B and M. So we will have to make our frequency distribution table. So let's do this. Frequency distribution table. Please use scale and pencil to make the table. I'll be using the sketch pens so that it looks brighter in the video. Okay, and it's really very good to see. Okay, Now let us see this frequency distribution table will look something like this. First column will be the thing that is given, whether it is number of athletes or type of athletes or number of people, that way. So we have to write that type of shoppers, and these are men, women and all. So first of all the men, so for men if it is given as M, we'll write like this. Similarly for women it's given as W, so on we'll write girl and boy. Second is tally marks. Tally marks means we will see how many number of women and men are there, and when we count we will mark it as the tally marks look something like this. I'm using this small space. See, suppose 1 will give a 1 dash, small dash. If it is second one, I'll draw another one, third one, fourth one, and fifth one I don't draw another line, I draw it as this. This represents the fifth one. Again when there is 6, I'll continue 6, 7 like this, 8, 9, 10 comes like this. Okay, so this means it's equal to 10. So we do tally marks here, and frequency is what is how many lines are there, we'll count and write down the numbers here. So men, now when the given data is there, I'll count the number of men given here, and I have found when we count all the M, so we get it as something like this. So these are the number of men here. Okay, and so this means what, this is 5 plus 5, 10 plus 5. So the frequency means the number of time the man is repeated, so it's 15. Okay, now let's go back to for the women. For women, if you see, this many women are there, so 5 plus 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 26, 27, 28. So the number of women, that is the frequency of women, is 28. So let's go for the boy and the girl. So for the boy, we have this many, so 1, 2, 3, 4, this is 5, and for the girl, it is as 12. So if you add this up, you get the total as 60. And if you want to know whether this particular frequency distribution table is correct or not, you can count the number of WM whole of this together, you will find there are 60. So that means that your frequency distribution table is correct. So remember, for the frequency distribution table for any data, these two columns, the name remains the same, tally marks and frequency. Only this depends, suppose it's type of fruits or number of fruits, then this particular column changes. Okay, so this is the way the first part, making the frequency distribution table for the given data, is done. Now this you can write with pen or pencil, whatever it's, but make the columns with scale and pencil. That is what I want, this whole table, but the inside things you can fill it up accordingly. Remember, this particular line doesn't occur in the reverse order, don't do it this way. This comes for 1, 2, 5, 4 like this. Okay, so now we will go to the second part of the question, that is making the bar graph to see this up. Now you can see for men the number is 15, for women it's 28, boy it is 5, and girl it is 12. So let's use our graph paper to draw the bar graph. Now I have drawn this one. I'll explain this. Please use pencil and scale. If I use pencil and scale, the brightness is not much, so I'm using the sketch pen, and obviously I'm using the scale here. So first of all, you will draw the axis, which you already know. This horizontal line, I have marked it as x-axis, and this one as y-axis, and this is my origin from where I. Now all of you know bar graph. There are vertical bars or horizontal bars, and the thing is that there are equal gap between each bar. If you can see, I cannot give this much gap, one big box and then 2 I'll leave again, third one again I will leave 3 more. No, it's not done that way. And then on the y-axis also the scale has to be taken equally. So the highest number is here, it's given as 28, that is the number of women, 28. So you can take as many as you want. I have taken here, you can see 10, 20, 30 as so on. If this is 10, that means that one small square is here, it's equal to 1. 1, 2, 3, 4 like that, and this is 10. So one small square is equal to 10. So on the y-axis you can see I have taken one small square equal to 1 unit. And what I have taken as on the y-axis, I have left one, taken one. You cannot start from here, you have to leave one, then leave another one. If you are taking 2 big squares, then you will leave 2 big squares. That is one of the funda here. So first one is M for men, W for women, B boy, G girl. So for number of men it was 15. So you please see here, this is 10, this is 20. This is, if you count, it is 5, 15. So this is my 15th line, and this comes to be a number of men. Women it was 28. So you can see 30 is there, 29, 28. This is my 28th one. Boy it was 5. So between 0 and 10, this is the line where it comes as 5. Yes. And then comes my girl, that is 12. So after 10, 2 more small boxes above. So 11, 12. So this is the way we write down. Then it's very important to write what is you are depicting on the x-axis, that is the type of shoppers, and on my y-axis number of shoppers. These things are very important to write down, all of this including the scale, otherwise your graph is incomplete. And figure bar graph, that is optional, you can write or you may not write. So all of these things you cannot do it in your normal plain notebook or 2 lines notebook. You must do this graph work on a graph paper. Okay, so I know all of you have got this bar graph in your lower classes. And what is the difference between a bar graph and histogram? All of you know there is no gap in a histogram. This particular portion will start from here itself. Okay, there is no gap between the vertical or horizontal bars. So all of you, I hope you have understood this. Please try practicing this one. We will continue with this our remaining sums on the next video. I hope the explanation was helpful. Everyone, please take care, stay safe at home. If you have any problems, let me know. I'll clear your doubts. Thank you everyone. Have a nice day ahead.